Hey, thanks so much for stopping by the YouTube channel of the Tech Geeks. We're a group of professionals based across Australia, New Zealand and the UK who love finding solutions for our customers. This YouTube channel is really about a knowledge base. It's box openings, firewall reviews, performance reviews, how-to guides, rough and readies. It's sort of our knowledge base, if you like. So I do hope you find some useful information in there. Do reach out to us. We're happy to see what we can do in helping questions that maybe have come up from some of those videos or things that you want to find out about as well. What I try and do each month is to try and give you a rough idea of where I see the market is at, new things that are maybe coming out from some of the vendors that we look after and sell here in Australia and New Zealand primarily, as well as the UK. So we're here in November 2025, heading towards Christmas. We've probably only got a couple of main shipments now left coming into Australia before the new year. So do start to plan, because stock will start to run a little bit lower towards the end of the year and then the beginning of the year and following into Chinese New Year. So there will be some issues with those, but let's have a look at some of our common vendors that we deal with, like Ubiquiti. We have had a whole raft of new products. It's been exciting. Just a few weeks ago here in Sydney, we had the World Conference for Ubiquiti. We saw some new cameras that were mentioned that were going to be released. Those have just been released in the last few days, waiting for the stock to come for those. We have seen a multi-sensor camera, so it's 360 degrees with 4 cameras in it. We will have that listed on our website as soon as the price is set by Ubiquiti. We've got a 180 degree camera, which is 2 cameras together to give 180 degrees. Still waiting for a price to be set on that. We've got new doorbells coming that do unified access as well. We've already got things like the UNVR Instant, which is fantastic. We have seen a lot of sales in that area at the moment. It's an all-in-one NVR with an HDMI output, hard drive built there. You add the size of hard drive that you want, can handle up to about 15 HD cameras. So a really great solution. We're starting to see those flow a little bit better here in Australia, but the stock is fairly low on those. Generally for Ubiquiti, supply is as normal. New products that come out, probably for lower prices, mass availability. We're probably looking 4 to 6 months to arrive here in Australia. When we can get stock, often we can get those then within about 14 days, but obviously with increased shipping, our prices have to reflect that. So I think we're going to see a lot of Ubiquiti new items now between now, Christmas, and also some are expected in January and February. It's going to be exciting end of the year, so do watch what's happening there. But plan ahead if you're looking for projects that need a good volume of stock, especially in some of the new cameras. They are taking a little bit longer to come through. TP-Link Armada and TP-Link Vigi. 2 ranges that we sell a lot of, great sort of higher end consumer and then small business solutions. Good stock, great lot of new products coming out. There's a fantastic set of new routers there in the Armada range that have got 4G and DSL and wireless all built into them. We're seeing some of the higher end access points. We've got some new TP-Link decos out as well, and stock remains fairly consistent with those. If you're looking for some of the higher end stuff like the solar the solar panels, then those do run out a little bit quicker, but do contact us and we can help you work out a delivery schedule for those. Rugi has gone a little bit of an up and down in stock just recently. Over these next 2 or 3 weeks, we're starting to see stock again flourish back here in Australia. New Zealand stock is fairly good, but we continue to bring in what is needed and have a fairly good space as we've expanded our warehouse space here in North Lakes in North Brisbane and also in North Auckland as well. So we're being able to carry more and more stock as some of those more difficult to find items become available. So what have we done? Ubiquiti, Rugi, TP-Link. Those are probably some of our main sellers in that wireless space. Firewall space, again, an exciting space to be at. We're seeing a slight change in how some of the vendors are approaching endpoint. We're seeing some cut down versions of what we would class, in the old money antivirus products. We're starting to see some cut down versions. We've got the Sophos Endpoint 100, a great entry level all-in-one antivirus product or endpoint protection with 0-day protection in there as well. We're seeing companies like Huntress Great for identity protection and for EDR, enhanced detection and response, where they actually manage the responses. So we can use something like Windows Defender that's already on your computer, and EDR will sit over the top of it. And if there is an incident, Huntress will jump in and start remediating that for you. So we're starting to see some growth in how that's happening and seeing some of the telemetry come back into the cloud management for all of those. And as a result, we've seen a boost in the new firewalls around. We've got the WatchGuard T115, 125, 145, 185, and then we've got a whole bunch of new rack mount models coming out in the new year. I think there's like the 295, 395 follows that. Obviously, now we're seeing a lot more availability of the Fortinet range, the G series, which is great, especially in that 100 series above now. Massive performance increase in there, which is really exciting. Sonic Wall, we've got a brand new set of those. We've got the TZ80, and then we've got the TZ290, I think it is, 390, 490, 590, 690. So again, some new products in that range as well. And then obviously, again, Ubiquiti still plays in that space, and we're seeing things like their cybersecurity protect packages on some of their firewalls or some of their routers now give you, quite in-depth content filtering and intrusion prevention. So it fits in a great market. That CCTV side of things, the camera side, again, it develops with both Ubiquiti and people like TP-Link for Vigi and those. And the supply is pretty good again in that space. Supply again for the firewall vendors, WatchGuard's really good. Sophos is really strong now. We've got some great new packages coming for them. Office in a box where you get the firewall and access points and switch all together. So that's going to see some growth in that space. And again, pretty good supply lines there. So contact us if you're looking for a firewall or an endpoint in that space. Like I said, with the cameras, pretty good supply, and most of those ones that we handle, whether it be Ubiquiti, Vigi, Reolink, or those type of ones, supply is pretty consistent in all of those. Those are probably the main pieces of vendors that we look at in that firewall, wireless, and camera space. But please do reach out to us. We love to hear from you. Please do interact with us. You'll find more information over on our website, thetechgeeks.com. Please do hang around, subscribe, and stay up to date.